the Bay Area here in lovely Mountain View at the Computer History Museum. And I have two gentlemen here. How do you like the community?
Oh, it's fantastic. Getting the Computer History Museum so much history, so much knowledge of what is happening here, and then getting the whole community together. John has done an amazing job, like he does every year. We can't thank him enough.
It's great to be here in person again for the first time in a couple of years. We haven't been able to see each other in a long time. It's great to see all my old friends, people I've known in the community for years. So yeah, thank you, John, for putting this together for us and getting us all together in person again.
Well, thank you, guys. You were both of you were speakers in the past. Mm-hmm. So, did you? What did you think about speakers this year?
I mean, Adrian's talk is always great, no matter what Adrian's saying. And the fact that he did like his greatest hits in this time, like that was fantastic. And then I saw Rustam's talk on the data and ML side. And he gave this great cost comparison about what it would take to run it in serverless, in SageMaker, on containers. Like it was, he put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the quality and diversity of the speakers you've gotten from different places. I was just in a talk, the speaker just flew in from Israel. I mean, it was great. So yeah, it's been great having all of these people from all over, high quality talks. Definitely a great group of speakers this time.
Would you like to come back and speak next year at our conference?
Sure. I almost actually, the speaker who came from Israel got in so late that I almost had to just do it, improv.
Oh, yeah, we were enjoying it. And Peter, I always enjoy just the fact that you show up. And if you speak, that's even better. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Welcome, Jeremy, always welcome here to speak.
Right.
And Ante, thank you for helping organize this.
You're very welcome. Yeah, and I just want to point out, Peter and Jeremy, you're also AWS heroes, right?
Yeah, we were both part of the first group of heroes in 2014. 13,
along
14,
with Adrian.
2014. Along with Adrian, yeah.
That's amazing.
And a
Yeah,
couple of
good
other
job. And maybe
folks.
let us know, is there anything today you learned, like something new you learned?
Rustam's talk was fantastic. Like the way he broke down the different ways of running inference and how that is totally different from training your model and like splitting out those costs. I think that's a lot of really valuable info.
Yeah, I learned about a couple of good new tools to use, Gremlin on Neptune, and a couple other open source tools for big data analysis and chaos engineering. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Great to hear, yeah. And we have a lot of more sessions coming out this afternoon.
And if you were not able to attend any of the sessions, it's all available on YouTube thanks to Babe Films.
Yay!
All right, thanks so much.
All right.
Bye!
Hi Nico, thanks for helping me with the organizing community. Can you tell us how you helped organize the community there?
Hey John, nice to meet you. And so I've been part of the AWS Community Day volunteering for last few years. Like prior to COVID, I was there every year. I'm kind of interested in like going to meetups and events, and I also help organize a lot of meetups at Cisco and other open source meetups. So AWS Community was something I really wanted to attend in person after a few years gap. Even in 2020, we did it virtually. I did present a session back then, and now this time I wanted to help in another way also. So that is one of the motivation where I want to help the community, and that's the reason I took up the social media handles where I was posting about the speaker bios on LinkedIn and Twitter, and to get more outreach so that everybody knows that there is a nice event happening here in Mountain View in the heart of Bay Area, and they can sign up for free, come here, meet all like-minded people, or learn something new. So the best things are free, so you can just come here, talk to people, listen to the keynotes, listen to the speakers, learn something new, and just go back to your work, and you have improved yourself in one way. You get some new ideas out of this. So that is the main intention here. And
are you going to speak this year?
Yes, I'll be speaking this year. I'll be speaking today at like 3 p.m.
Oh, okay. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about securing your container infra. So my talk is not specifically with AWS per se, but I'll be talking about how to secure your containers, how to find vulnerabilities, and what you can do prior to pushing your containers to AWS, because there are multiple ways you can do it. So we're going to do some demo of some of the tools that you can use, and all the tools that we'll be discussing are free and open source, so it will be available to any user at no cost.
The one thing about community is the more you give, the more you get, and this is a really rich community that I'm really proud to be a part of. And I've met so many people, And we've talked about a lot of cool projects, and I'm just looking forward to continuing to be part of this. So today I'm going to talk about our machine learning journey using computer vision. Over a several year period, I got involved in some different AWS projects like Deep Racer, and it just kind of triggered a bunch of events, and I just kept exploring more and building cool things, and we're going to talk about some of those cool projects today. Yeah. This is the Deep Blaster. Get that out of the way. So this is the Deep Blaster. I was part of an internal group at AWS who wanted to do some community open source projects. And they did a round table around the room and got to me and said, well, you know, Chris, what would you do if you could do something custom with the Deep Racer? And I said, why don't we put a Nerf blaster on it and drive around a track and blast foam balls and inanimate objects? Much to my surprise, they said, can you build it in 3 weeks? And I'm like, yeah. And yeah, we built it out, and yeah, it's a novel tongue-in-cheek kind of concept, and yeah, it's been part of the journey.
How did you enjoy the community so far, and did you learn something new? Did you meet anybody new?
I've met a couple new people, and that's one of the best things about the AWS community is that it's a bunch of passionate technologists that come together to build cool things in the cloud. And you know, this is stuff that we never could have done probably even 15 years ago. And I just love seeing all of the innovation and all the cool stuff that people are building. It's very inspirational.
What are you going to talk about today?
Today I'm going to talk about how you can take advantage of AWS's global infrastructure. So we started out, we had the regional model, we had availability zones, and now we've seen an expansion into things like Outpost, local zones, wavelength, and people aren't really taking advantage of those yet. And I think for latency-sensitive workloads, there's a huge opportunity there. And then the whole surface of the network is changing now with IPv6, right? So we're not playing the same networking game that we were just a few years ago. And I think it's important for people to start to take advantage of all of that.
Okay. Do you think because of Outpost, people have to start doing capacity planning again?
Maybe, but I think it's, you know, an interesting scenario now. They have the outposts that are just a little, like 2U ones.
Okay.
So if you ever have a workload that's very latency sensitive, the most important thing is that you keep your same AWS control plane, so you're not having to learn like VMware, vSphere, or something like that, or something else. You're just keeping your same AWS control plane. You got your latency sensitive stuff in the place where it's close to your customers, and then you've got your regular old cloud stuff, taking advantage of things like Aurora that can only be built in a large region that could never exist on like a smaller scenario. So I think it's an evolving workload, you know. The future of the cloud really is at the edge, and I like to see all the investment that AWS is making in the edge.
Okay, one final question. I know you attend a lot of conferences. So for a small conference like this, is there something you recommend that we could have done better?
Not really. No, you did a really good job. I feel like smaller conferences actually have an easier time because it's, you know, well set up. It's the check-in's easy. Everything's going well. Like I have no complaints. Great job.
All right, thank you, Randall. I'm gonna a quick video of volunteers here. Anthony has been very funny too, in addition to being a volunteer. Anthony, what do you think about the conference? How do you think we could have made it better?
That was great. A good conference, better than expected. Obviously, we wish we had a few more, but so far so good. We're halfway through the day.
What do you think about our check-in system? And how do you think?
Check-in system, we're getting better. We've improved it throughout the day. Let's put it that way. So, yeah.
Very dynamic, agile.
Exactly.
Okay, have you found new things to? What did you think about the sorting system?
Sorting system, you get used to it. You get used to it. Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have any comments about the ability to volunteer here or talking, speaking?
This is pretty open. I think we give opportunity to anybody who is passionate on AWS. So I can see, and I met many different folks came in and joined, and I'm meeting with the speakers. So I think as far as the speakers are concerned, there are a variety of background folks are coming and joining us. So this is great. I mean, it's all along, it's great to be here.
you have any comments, Nagesh?
No, I think it was a really good one. Yeah, overall, we are seeing a decent crowd, and we strongly encourage people from the next year to participate more.
Did you meet anybody at the dinner yesterday? Someone new?
Yeah,
Ah, who
our
did you meet?
volunteer group. Yeah, we met a couple of them, including you. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
All right.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
Nada, you have anything to say? Okay, yeah. Nada, what do you think about the conference? And should we have it again next year?
Yeah, definitely. This is a great event, especially after the pandemic, and we could connect a lot of professionals. And I see the energy and that kind of collaboration coming and explain what is coming up. It is really a lot of learning for me, and it's great to see a lot of new products launching on AWS environment. And many thanks to John for making it. I like his passion, and a lot of sponsorship happening here. I see a lot of good things happening, and I hope next year we'll plan better and communicate a lot of things in upfront, so that a lot of people can join and take the opportunity of learning and taking this AWS environment and services to next level. Thank you.
Partha, thank you for coming all the way from India to, I know you moved here, but you organized a few community days in India. Compared to that, how do you compare that and this? What do you see the differences and how we could have done that better?
So we in India we organized 6 community days in 2019, and then post-COVID we don't have any in-person community day. So now we are organizing the virtual community day all over India. So compared to India, right? So it's in India we used to organize a community day with full focused and something. The way AWS organized the AWS Summit, everything, but something here it's something like it's a casual meetup. It's not something focused. It's more focused into dedicated areas, tracks specific to machine learning, DevOps, and but it's a good platform here. I can see people coming out after COVID and talking to each other, and this is really good to see people coming out after COVID for the in-person event.
What do you think about the conference so far? How could we have done it differently, better?
I think it's great to be back. I think the community is really interactive. Everybody's been so cooperative and polite, and if something doesn't work, they just try a different way, and it just keeps going, and it's great. The food is very good.
Oh yeah, I like the food.
And the facility is wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything else we could have done to make it better?
You couldn't have ordered better weather. It's a great day. I don't know. I didn't even have any traffic coming down there. I don't know what you could have done to make it better, except for, maybe got the word out a little further.
Okay.
I don't know. It seems like a good turnout.
Yeah, it seems to be a really good turnout. Thanks. So, how come you did not hear about this? I didn't see you register until today.
I only got one email a while back. And last night I said, let's check what's going on for Friday. And I said, oh wow, AWS is community. I need to go talk to my friend John Varghese and a few other people. So I signed up and here I am.
Okay.
Luckily there was not too much going on at work.
Okay, how's the conference so far?
It has some amazing presentations there.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes the problem is sometimes they're at the same time, a couple of interesting topics. So you need to do a good plan.
Yeah.
And then wait for the recordings at the
the recordings will be on
weeks,
YouTube
right?
next week. Next week it should be up there.
No, next week.
It shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be
Okay.
a good thing. So, but there is great people, great presentations, great food.
Okay.
So everything is there.